Hello everybody. Welcome to another Q&A. Do I look intellectual now? I'm so damn funny, huh? Me and my fucking jokes, man. Anyway, on to your goddamn questions. Hey Don. Union Gamer asks, what are your thoughts on new information released regarding Persona 3 Reload at Gamescom? I have no idea what kind of new information they released. Would you be so kind as to illuminate me with that little piece of information? Because all I know is that I saw that they uploaded a trailer on the PlayStation channel of it, and a trailer about the characters, about the SEES characters, S-E-E-S characters, the little organization the protagonists of Persona 3 belong to. Yeah, I know the Persona 3 remake, that's old news. We've known about the remake for, what, a month or two? Thank you, Kiss. Did you check the Grand Blue Fantasy Relink trailer? Yes, I did. Finally a release date. Delayed until 2024. That fucking game, man. I mean, it's just unbelievable how many delays it got. If you think Final Fantasy VII Remake got a lot of delays, Persona 5, Shin Megami Tensei 5, which is a fucking meme. No, man, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink was originally planned and announced in 2017, over 6 years ago. And now it's gonna be released in 2024, like 7 years after its announcement. What's up with developers now? I mean, why do they do this to people? Xenoblade Chronicles the same, man. It's like, I mean, why do that? I don't understand. Is it to hype people up? Maybe it is, but it's also like to piss people off and to disappoint them. And they're like, oh man, we're finally getting this in 2020. It's September 2020, man. And then a month before that, oh no, delayed until 2021. Okay. No release date yet, but 2021, we promise. And the entirety of 2021 goes by, and then no! 2022, this time for sure, man. 2022 goes by, and 2023, you know what? 2024, this time for real. I fucking swear on my life, man. Okay, 2024. I mean, why do that? I don't understand. Jesus. So basically, Trails into Reverie is going to be your game of the year. I don't know yet. Maybe the Super Mario RPG will be. Who knows? Maybe Persona. Oh no, Persona 5 Tactica. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it, man. No, seriously, I don't know yet. I mean, it looks like it's going to be my number one, but I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, there's some. I mean, maybe we'll get a new surprise this year. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, probably. Have you ever played an indie game you consider a masterpiece? It's called Cosmic Star Heroine. Am I allowed to say heroine? Fucking YouTube, man. Should I show the cover instead, so as not to offend people who get offended by the word heroine? I mean, is that the female word for hero? That fucking game, man. This is one indie masterpiece, and it's my favorite indie game of all time. And to be completely and brutally honest with you, I think this is the only game, the only indie RPG that I think of as a masterpiece. I haven't found another one. I wish I could. I wish I could say, oh, there's at least 3 or 4. No, you know, but I really do like indie RPGs. I have started to get more and more into indie RPGs lately. So I'm still hoping to find more. I've played a bunch that are really, really good, just not on that game's level. Rise Eterna, pretty damn good, but it's no masterpiece. From the same developers, Cthulhu Saves the World was pretty damn fun, but it's no masterpiece. What else? Astria Ascending, full of balancing issues, big balancing issues, like 9 out of 10 indie RPGs. Did you know Persona 3 Remake? It's gonna be $70. Why am I not surprised? Do you consider Ys Origin a JRPG? Yes, of course, an action RPG. Yes, I do. Although it's more linear than anything, right? It's there's no town, no traditional gameplay. You only have a base on the first floor, and you explore the rest of the tower. Yeah, you could say it's one of those games that are like, is this really an RPG or not? It's one of those games, but you know, it's an Ys game, and Ys is the godfather of action RPGs. So it's kind of weird not to consider Ys Origin as a role-playing game, but that's just, I mean, that's just my opinion, man. Oh yes, I do. Looking forward to Little Nightmares 3. You bet your ass I am, man. You know me, I love that series, man, and I remember when the developer said, nah, we're not gonna make a third game, we're gonna focus on different games for a long time. I don't know about a third game in the series. And for whatever reason, thank you very fucking much, they changed their minds and now we're getting a third game. I think Little Nightmares is one of my favorite video games of all time, non-RPGs. Top 5 easily. I'm a big fan. Do you think current gen ports, in example Switch, of Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, games I truly, honestly don't give a shit about, will be shadow dropped like people seem to think it is? I can't answer that question, man. I don't even know what you're talking about, and I don't even care about Zelda. So the Kuro arc is going to be the darkest arc in the series. Are you excited for it? Yes, I am. It looks like it's gonna be mature rated, and it's gonna have some themes that offend the super sensitive Americans. So it's probably gonna be mature, which is a good sign, of course. Love it. Yes, I'm pretty excited for it because here's my theory on why I think we're gonna get that game next year. Let me take a look at the super chat I just received first. Radioactive, thanks a bunch. He asks, what are some RPGs do you think Nintendo will release on Switch 2? First and foremost, we don't know if it's gonna be called Switch 2. I know there are rumors that next year Nintendo will release their next console, but we don't know yet. Personally, I want Astral Chain 2 and a Golden Sun remake. Yeah, a Golden Sun remake will work. I was never able to get into the original games on the Game Boy Advance. I don't know why. I felt they were kind of generic. The second one was much better, but I feel like you needed to play the first one first to understand it, right? Even though both stories happen at the same time. But yeah, Golden Sun remake or remaster or anything, you know, I will personally give it a try. And Astral Chain 2, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I want that too. How about Shin Megami Tensei 6? It's gonna be another 10 fucking years before we get that. What else? I mean, Xenoblade Chronicles X, I think that's the most obvious answer. I don't know why I didn't think of that first. Xenoblade Chronicles X remaster on the Switch 2. That's gonna be fantastic because Tetsuya Takahashi doesn't want to release a port of it on the current Switch because he said once in an interview that it'll be too hard to port that game on the Switch. So maybe he is waiting for Nintendo to release the next console, and then we'll finally see Xenoblade Chronicles export. Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild 3, of course it's gonna happen no matter what. It's a different developer, this time for Little Nightmares 3. Oh, that fucking sucks, man. No, man. Oh man, anyway. Better Quintet RPG, Illusion of Gaia or Terranigma? I guess Terranigma. I mean, Illusion of Gaia, the coolest thing about it is that you can change into these other party members, and it's really fun to play as, well, not the big guy. The big guy is kind of like overpowered, but kind of slow and boring to play as. But the little shadow with the electricity around his body floating around, it's really fun to play as that guy. But I think Terranigma is the better game. So I said about the Kuro no Kiseki. Why I think Kuro no Kiseki is gonna be released next year? Well, because in March this year, the game was ported to PC. It was released on Steam, and it was released by NIS America, even though it was in Japanese. And NIS America said and promised that they will try their damnedest, their hardest, to release an English translation, at least for the PC version this year. Something they clearly haven't fulfilled, and they have said nothing about. So I don't know, but I get the feeling that, I mean, we're gonna get Kuro no Kiseki first next year before East 10. It's just a theory. It's all because of the port. That's my argument. Because of the PC port and because of the promise they made this year, NIS America. So hopefully we'll get that. Well, I would prefer if it was like a simultaneous console release, because if we only get the PC version, it's gonna be the same as Monochrome Mobius, which I'm currently playing, by the way. NIS America released the game last year on PC only, and everybody was like, okay, so what about the console version? And it took them a fucking year, man. And now it's finally gonna be released on September 5. So I just don't want the same thing to happen with Kuro no Kiseki. Like, oh, finally the new Trails game released only for fucking Steam. I mean, yeah, Steam players, good for you, but what about us console players? My point is, I just don't want NIS America to commit to make that same stupidity. So I'm hoping for a simultaneous console release next year, and I get the feeling we're gonna get Kuro no Kiseki first before East 10. What do you think about Persona 3 Remake and Grand Blue Fantasy Relink? I think I've talked about these games a million times already. It's old news, but I'm not sure if I'm excited for Persona 3 because it's just not going to include the answer, and it's probably going to be a DLC. I'm smelling it. And a year later or 2 years later, Atlus will make a Persona 3 Reload Royal with all the DLCs, including the answer and the female protagonist, and they're gonna sell the same game to us again. Mark my words. And, well, as much as I'm excited for Persona 3 Remake, you know my relationship with the Atlus PR, probably. So, I'm not gonna pay $70. People are saying that it's gonna be $70. Fuck that, I'm just not gonna play it. So, I guess it's accurate to say that I'm not really excited for it. And Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, I don't know who's gonna publish it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Will you kill for Sakura Wars Remake? Do you mean the originals from the Sega Saturn? No, I wouldn't kill. And knowing Sega, it will be an action RPG. Which is fucking stupid because the original game was a strategy RPG. And you know me, I love strategy RPG, so no, I wouldn't kill for it. Takahashi also mentioned in a recent interview that if there is gonna be a Xenoblade Chronicles 4, it might be vastly different, but in a good way, as he said in his words. Well, it's gonna be hack and slash 2 now. Goodbye that little strategic action real-time battle system. No, it's gonna be straight up Final Fantasy 16 Part 2. I don't think so. If they say it's gonna be different, maybe he's talking about the setting, a different setting. Maybe it's not gonna be science fiction anymore. Maybe it'll be more medieval, or maybe it'll be full straight up science fiction, taking place in space, or I don't know, maybe. I wonder why he said that. Terranigma remake? Yes, please, or at least a port. I need more What the Hell Happened videos, Erick. Why would I do that? I mean, what series do you want me to cover? What the hell happened to Chrono Trigger series? I already did that video, but for some reason it was a failure. I don't understand why that video failed. And I did that video like 4 years ago. It was the very last episode of the What the Hell Happened to series. And not many people watched it for some reason. I don't understand why. But the video exists, man. That was the last one. But yeah, I mean, there's no point in bringing that old series back if there are no more dead series to cover. What am I gonna cover now? Vandal Hearts? Hey Oscar. When is a Eiyuden Chronicle being released? They said it was gonna be released until next year. They promised it will be released this year, but no, delayed until 2024, man. Why are you asking about that game? Are you planning on getting that game? Wow, I'd be surprised. Yeah, they said it was gonna be released until Q2 2024. Q2, I assume, is Q2, so it's gonna be released in a fucking year. That's an interesting theory. I mean, it makes sense that Ys 10 will be released first, because usually Ys games are not as long to translate as the Trails games. Yeah, it makes sense. That could be it too. What are some things you really hope will change in Persona 6? I want nothing to change. I want the game to go dark as fuck. I mean, it kinda went a little bit dark with Persona 5, but I need the series. I need a Persona 6 that... Didn't we have this conversation a long time ago? I mean, what we want from Persona 6, what I personally want is a job environment, not a high school environment, like a job environment, like a working space environment, that you interact and bond with your co-workers. That'll be fucking really freaking different, right? And then I want it to be dark and more mature, well, the one thing that I'm hoping won't change, I don't want the game to be politicized, so hopefully it won't be. Old turn-based strategy JRPGs turn into an action RPG remaster is what I feel the most. Nah, that's not gonna happen. If you take a video game and change its battle mechanics, that's no longer a remaster, that's a remake. Because you have to remake the entire battle interface. So that's a remake. I still hope for a Fire Emblem 4 remake. Me too, I think that's a game that desperately needs a remake. But the one that desperately needs it the most is the 5th one. Thracia 776. What the hell happened to Secret of Evermore? I'm not a fan of that game. Have you played the Eiyuden Chronicles Rising? No, I haven't. I asked for a review code. There was this PR company who sent me a few games in the past, and I asked them, hey, are you the same guys who were handling the Eiyuden Chronicle Rising codes? And they said, yes, same people. Oh, can you send me one? And I never heard back from them again. Okay. What the hell happened to Skies of Arcadia? Maybe. As a spiritual successor to Suikoden, I know it is a very important game for you. Yes, it is. And who knows, maybe I will jump in. We both know you won't jump in, Oscar. Maybe you could jump in Eiyuden Chronicle Rising because it's a 2D action RPG. And it's not that long, I think. So that's more... I see you more easily getting into that game than a turn-based RPG where you have to recruit 100 plus characters. Well, it's gonna be 100 heroes, right? Not 108 this time, so it's gonna be 100 only. Will you be willing to get 100 to recruit to do side quests in a turn-based RPG with 100 characters to get the true ending? I mean, if you ever do that, I'm gonna have to record you to grab a camera and it's gonna have to be a video. Konami Crazy Racers remake. Hell yeah, that's a good game. Hey, what about these Suikoden remasters? I mean, what the fuck, Konami? What's going on? I mean, what's going on, Konami? No release date yet? Would you like to visit Japan and know about the birth of many JRPGs? Yes, I would like to do just that. My buddy Oscar here in the chat went to Japan a few years ago. He can tell you all about it. I'd love to go to Japan one of these days. I'd like to revisit England first, and then probably and possibly plan a trip to Japan. Maybe one day.